You? We should have sound now. Did I find it? You? We should have sound now. Did I find it? Okay. The audio is just doubled for some reason. I don't know why. You? We should have sound now. We're good. We're freaking good. I just need to make sure you guys can hear me loud and clear. I do want to share this stream quick, so bear with me one moment. X share. I have a treat for you guys today. And I want questions. I want all of your questions. Just sending it to some guitar bros. And I'll just share it to my Facebook page. Because I want this information to get out there, be seen. You guys can process it and just, run with it. Maybe call me an idiot or something. What did I call this stream? I called it like how to how I it's not a how to, it's how I do it. How I prepare for a show. Okay. So we're freaking good. I want to keep this up for the comments, of course. Live chat, new hold. All there's a bunch of YouTube updates. Hold, not now. I want to see all the inappropriate stuff. Drop questions here. Ask me anything. We're gonna need a few tools today. Luckily, I was just using these tools. So, this is my Allen wrench. I can't even tell you what size it is anymore because it's so gone. Here we go. You can't even see. So it's like I've had this Allen wrench for 4 years. The same set, never lost it. However, my thingamahoozits, I just lost these the other day. I found my original set that I've had just as long as that Allen wrench. The other guitar player in my band, Steve, he's like, dude, is this yours? And I was like, yeah, I haven't seen it in like a year. So I got my original set back. I'm trying to break this one in though. And I already misplaced that original set again. I think it's in one of my 4 or 5 bags I have to take with me. One for clothes. I have to take the Black Spirit 200. Actually, just got a carry case for that. It's an incredible amp. We're going to showcase that soon, maybe even on this stream, depending on how far this goes, because we have some work to do here. And I want to show you what it takes, what I actually have to do to prepare for a show. And the first thing we're going to look at is my guitar. Did some work on this recently. Rob Welch from Tessie Switch sent me some new LEDs. So I swapped it out from green, and now it's white, and looks pretty cool. So I did that. Really haven't changed anything else on this guitar. But yeah, let's dive right into it. I'm going to tilt the camera down. You'll be able to see. I'll be able to see your comments on my phone and answer any questions you guys have. So we're going to run through guitar maintenance before a show. We're going to run through my gear bag, what I take to every single show, what I make sure I pack. And other than that, should be pretty freaking simple, guys. And no comments yet, no questions yet. I encourage you guys to do all of that stuff. Keep me answering stuff. So even something you might think is stupid, no question is stupid. Just ask it. So let's tilt this down. All right, so you should be able to see the guitar relatively well. It's right about here. I could do that. I can work with that. Can you guys still hear me? That's the big question. Maybe crank up the gain a little bit. You should still be able to hear me. So the first thing I do is I'm going to be removing these strings because, I change them before every show. You can probably see right here, just running my fingers on there. Little black line of dirt on my fingertip. Yep, you can see it. Yeah, so that's all grime and stuff. We want to get rid of that. These are not locking tuners. These are just the stock Goto tuners. First pad, second pad, and I keep them in order too. Third pad. Yep, keep the screws and the pads together. This is for a locking Floyd Rose system. Then you go down here, in my case, and then I'll relieve the tension on these string lock blocks. My Floyd Rose. And now the strings will just come off like that. So the blocks are all still in the saddles. And the back of the screw is not hitting the paint. So you don't want to back these screws out so far that it's hitting your paint. Lucky for me, this is a pretty deep cavity here, so I'm not worried about that whatsoever. And we're going to go through with removing the strings. I know some guys that use Floyd Rose, they'll keep the ball ends on. But that just means that you need to take a lot more time and you'd have to pull the string all the way back through, and that just causes wear on your finish for your tuning machine, so keep that in mind. So you got all your 6 strings, and for easy disposal, I do one of these. So the first thing I do in this case is I'm going to use my Lizard Spit. Sponsor! Lizard Spit, this is guitar polish, and I'm going to just kind of spritz a little bit on here. And we're going to give this thing a wipe down. Inspect your guitar while you're going through here. Make sure you get between all the switches around the knobs and stuff. And I'm going to wait for this to dry a little bit and then I'll buff it out. It's not like a deep cutting wax or anything. This guitar is old. It's from 2004, I believe. And there's a lot of surface scratches on it. This is one of those finishes where it's kind of tricking to the eye. It looks like it's brand new, but it's really not until you get really close and inspect it, and you can see a bunch of hazing and stuff where somebody used their pick or they had like, you know, a zipper on or something like that. And then of course, you know, I don't really contribute too much to the finish because I'm wearing safety pins and stuff like that when I play on stage. So try to keep all of that off of my guitar finish as much as possible. And our wardrobe lady, which actually wears multiple hats, she's also very conscious about that because that was a request when I entered the band. It's like, I don't need zippers, I don't need chains or anything hitting my finish. Like, I know that's rock and roll, but hey, trying to keep my stuff kind of nice if I can. So there's that. We'll polish the back and sides later because if I flip this over right now, these inserts will fall out. But I do want to focus on the headstock a little bit. So give this a quick rub down. Inspect for any cracks or anything weird like that. So far, so good. Humbuckers. Wipe those down. And I'm going to actually switch rags here. Need to find this other rag. Here we go. And I'm going to check these frets. See how smooth they are. Okay, so we do have some black stuff coming off there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a product that I helped work on. It's this is the new packaging for it. So you get this product and it looks like this. Ultimate Fret Polishing System. And there's my name, as well as some other endorsees by people that endorse Lizard Spit. Comes with these fret guards, which I will be using one for this one because it just keeps a lot of that extra. You'll see the gunk. A lot of people have been asking me, why does the packaging tell you to wear latex or rubber gloves? Well, it's just because of how nasty this stuff gets. This between the metal compound that's actually impregnated into these felt pads you're about to see, and the black stuff coming off of your frets. I mean, I could rub one down quick and show you. And it's not just nonsense going on with the product. No, this is pretty legitimate. I need to find one though. Uh, I do this every week, so I can't really expect it. I'll probably use a neck and show you a bit later, but yeah, I'm going to take out, actually, just one of these pads. I shouldn't need that much. One pad should do this very well. And then, let's see here. It's just a felt pad impregnated with some metal polish. We got Tone Wars in here. We have, he says, yo. Darren Moore says, howdy, townsfolk. Yeah, Darren started using some of this lizard spit too, and he seems to really like it. Jared, I gave him some, I think, for Christmas or something. But, yeah, so I just take the small one. I'm going to do one fret and then show you. Pretty disgusting, right? So, yeah, there's a reason that I use this, and it makes your frets shine and feel like glass. Tone Wars says, yeah, it works very well. I'm glad you like it, man. And Tone Wars, Jared there actually uses stainless steel frets on his guitars. He has stainless steel frets. He said he still did feel a difference. And stainless steel, as you know, doesn't really tarnish or anything, but your grease of your fingers does, affect all that stuff. It doesn't matter what material it is. His fingerboard too. I'm sure he polishes that as well because, it just gets grimy and sticky and stuff, and you do got to clean that every once in a while. And we're going to be oiling the fretboard on this as well. We have 4 people watching. Honestly, this was pretty last minute, so I didn't expect too much. Sorry for the camera shake there too, guys. I'll try not to press down so hard. At the 12th fret, I'm going to flip this pad over, and we will use the clean side. Okay, and that's what it looks like right now. Basically pitch black, and you can see my fingertip. That's why they tell you to wear gloves, but just wash your hands afterwards. You'll be fine. Tone Wars uses every single string change. Jared, what kind of strings do you play? Do you still use the Ernie Ball paradigms? And did you also see the Wind Spear pickups that they released? Because I know you like the guitar picks. Yep, uses paradigms. And have you had a chance to look at the Wind Spear pickups? Kind of curious as to what kind of player they're aimed for. Probably a metal guy. You can just feel the difference right now. I can totally feel the difference. It's night and day. And so is this pad. Totally night and day. Throw this over here. And I'm going to take this rag here. So let's take it's kind of, this is a super old lizard spit rag that I just kind of use for, wiping down strings and stuff, giving them some more life. Just for guitars that are around here. But I found a pretty bare spot on this rag. Look at that. Look at all this black that just came off there. And that's what is clinging to your frets, guys. It's exactly what's clinging to your frets. And when you do this, yeah, see, look at that. The best way to put it is polished aluminum. You know, like you can run the backside of your hand across polished aluminum, or like the windshield of a car, or like freshly washed car that was just wax and everything, and it's just smooth. It's silky smooth. Um, you know, throw some sand on there and then well, glue and then let sand dry on top of that glue and then run your hand across the back of it. That's what gross frets feel like. And I know that's a little bit extreme of an example for you, but the result of doing this for as little time as it actually takes makes your guitar look a lot better, for one. Makes it feel and play better, and it makes it very satisfying. See, look at that. That's unreal. All that stuff that came off there. And I'm instantly going to hit it with Lizard Spit Fretboard Conditioner. This is made for to remove dirt and stains, slows oxidations of frets. So it also protects your fretboard from drying or cracking, and it's just meant for conditioning and preserving your fretboard. So I actually read that off the back of the bottle. You guys know what fretboard conditioner is. I'm not telling anything new. I take a little bit just like that on the rag. That's what she said. And I will work that into the fretboard. Bring out some of that brown richness. That was my stage name when I used to dance. Brown richness. And then it was Lexus. Yeah, and you can see all that residual stuff that came off the frets as well. So now I'm going to let that sit in there for a little bit. Take this stuff out of the way. Read some of these comments, and I got a Blue Moon, so I'm going to crack that. I encourage you guys to as well. It's Thirsty Thursday. Wind Spear Strings, huh? Alright guys, I'm back, and I use Morley strings. Bet you never heard of these before. Yeah, Morley, for a while, they still sell them. They had a company here in the United States, basically just had some basic sizes like 9 to 42 through 11s. They had acoustic strings and bass strings too, but yeah, hand wound in the USA. Each packet, each of the 6, individually numbered and everything. They're good. They're good strings. I don't know who actually makes them, but they're great. So I use this Ernie Ball Power Peg Pro. What I'm going to do here is line up the pegs. Okay. Get some of this extra stuff off here. And I keep this pulled tight too. Bend that up out of the way. Next pack. A string. With locking tuning keys, it makes this process go a lot faster. So I have to do this to 4 guitars. Realistically, probably 2. Do a refresh on 2. Because I've been playing this guitar only for the past few shows. I take 4, but this one is just really performing well. This is like my new purple one, in a way. And that says a lot. Again, guys, I encourage you to leave comments. Looks like we got one here from Shane B in the chat. Do you do this every single time you play? Yes, I do. I don't live stream every time I do this, but if I did it, nobody would come onto this channel. But yep, before every show, I at least change the strings on my main guitar. I like that really smooth, silky feel. I don't like to feel grit when I'm bending. I do a lot of bending. And I feel like it totally slows me down. And it just doesn't feel right. It doesn't sound right. Something about the brightness of brand new, fresh strings. I have a question for the chat. See, we have 6 people in here. How often do you change your strings? How many times a month would you say? Or how many times a year? Oh, sorry, Shane. Shane and Angie. No way. Hell yeah. Miss you guys already. Yeah, I threw it up on Facebook. I was like, somebody will watch this. Alright, so our last string here. Lock that guy in. Fix this side. And that should be pretty close to in tune. So I'm going to lock that down where it's at. So I'm pretty confident in that. And so this guitar, the break angle from the nut to the tuning pegs, not so good. So eventually I'm going to be putting a string tree on this where it sucks the strings down, and then when I tighten these pads, it doesn't throw it out of tune, because right now the string is kind of up in the saddle. When I tighten this down, what it's going to do is it's going to make the string go sharp here. Hear that? Probably not. That's out of tune for some reason. And I'm just really beating the shit out of it. This guitar holds tune like nothing else. I built this one really well. Floyd Rose FRT 1000 for the bridge. Has a Job tone yellow jacket in the bridge position. Says, "You're so annoying." That's for special fans that try to talk to me from side stage the entire show. If you're side stage, cool. But like if you're like on here, wait a second. If you're like on the side and you're just like, play Freebird! Play freaking Freebird! I'm not gonna... I don't want you there if you're just gonna be barking off orders. Listen, if you're like, here's my number! Call me! Like, yeah, it's kind of fun. But if you're just like being annoying, that's when you get the sticker. Get the sticker. Because I'm so nice. I'm way too nice, I feel. And I have to be. It's not too much to ask of me. I really don't get snotty with people at all. But at the same time, if I'm like, dude, go away, your friends are all over there, you should probably go away. That is my take, and I'm sticking to it. Because I'm trying to perform for people, and you're like yelling, and people actually hear you yelling. So, that's weird. So right now we're just snipping off the ball ends. Snipping off the bows. I just hate everything about these cutters. Like, they're kind of hard to open and everything, so... These are the Planet Waves, too. Diodario. And it's a different style than the other style Diodario I have. The other ones are just way looser. broken in. Maybe I can, like... Probably just need to keep using them. Alright, let's see here. It's very interesting. Never knew how much went into what you guys do. Shane, you have no idea, dude. Like, it's like full days of work. Like, this is just... This is very... This is standard stuff right here. This is, like, just the tip of the iceberg. There's a whole slew of catacombs that I could just, you know, go into detail about everything I do. Like, wiring my rack, it'd blow your mind. You'd lose your shit if you saw that. Meg is watching. Nutmeg. That's my lady friend. She might still be watching. She was supposed to come over today. But that didn't happen. She's exhausted. And now she's watching me from bed. Which is cool. It's cool. I gave her some of these. These are, if you've never tried these, here's my endorsement. Goldfish. Epic Crunch. I keep those here for Meg. I don't eat that stuff. It's going to go straight to my thighs. But yeah, totally encourage you guys. Crack open a beer. Hang out with me. So that's one guitar done. I'll be able to tune this on the spot. And it'll be perfect. This guitar is ready to go. So I'm going to go upstairs and put this in my vault because it's ready. And here is my backup guitar. Now, it's not a real Kramer. It's actually a Warmoth. But it's my baby. And I love it. It's based off a Night Swan. You can see it's not the actual Night Swan neck. I just put a Kramer sticker on there, so, you know, it's close enough for me. Just bought... I bought it already finished with the swirl paint job and everything. And it's a gorgeous, gorgeous guitar. This is like a master built. And, yeah, I just had to have it. So I got it for a stupid low price, and I've been loving it ever since. I just polished the frets last week, and they're already freaking gross, man. Yikes. Hardly played this guitar, too. But yeah, original Floyd Rose, Spurzal locking tuners. And it's been excellent. It did have a Seymour Duncan Screaming Demon and I believe a JB or something in the bridge position. But I hate the Screaming Demon. And I love my Job tones. So Byron wound me up these crazy things. I'll show you those. These are Job tone pickups. And I'm also going to get some of the extra junk off there. I'm going to use my Lizard Spit. This is Fresh and Easy. It is a string lube. Just apply it quick. Put the lid back on. And I'm going to kind of work it in here. And that is super smooth. I'm going to run it under the string, however. I'm going to mute this. So this one's pretty much good to go. This thing flutters like a beast, too. It's insane. This guitar will do the craziest shit. So yeah, this one's good to go. It says Rockstar on the back. Oh, here's the pickups, by the way. Kind of see-through. Can't really see it, but I'm going to put this one back in the vault. Okay, so in terms of guitars, I'm technically done. I have a pretty short set tomorrow. I'm not going to restring all 4 guitars as a result. That'd be a huge waste of money. I do get a discount through Morley because I am an artist on strings, but strings are expensive, man. I buy them like... I probably buy 30, 40 packs at a time. If you can find the Morley ones on Reverb.com off their official Morley page, I would recommend giving them a shot because they're so inexpensive. And I will tell you what, they last a long freaking time. So the only reason I change them out is because I like that smoothness, but I have a lot of confidence in those strings. I've played the mess out of these strings, and I know I came from the D'Addario NYXLs. These are better. I don't know where they source them from, or who makes them, whatever. These are superior to NYXL. For the price, you cannot beat it. So there's that. All right, what else? What else can I show you? Oh, project. This guitar I showed you guys last week. This is our progress on it. Okay, so we have the YJM pot installed. I want to get a Strat knob for it. Job Tone Yellow Jacket, and we have a Hornet. We have a Floyd Rose FRT 1000. I was going to install John Petrucci style Ernie Ball. It's actually a DiMarzio switch. This is a 4D PT switch, and unfortunately, I need to validate the colors on these pickups because I have a schematic, but I need to translate that to what the DiMarzio would be. They're totally off. I hate the DiMarzio wiring, but yeah, might use that switch. This is the stock switch for now, and then I also removed the tone pot, and we have a 16mm Tessie switch. This is a Filo, and it's yellow. Other than that, it's all buttoned up. And remove the Jolly Roger tuners. You guys knew about that. Put on stainless steel screws there from eBay. What can I say? It's pretty much well done. I mean, has the Floyd Rose push-in style arm. It's great. It's already doing well. I need to set it up though. It's good. It's a good guitar. Gotta put some Strat buttons on it too. I use the Schaller S-Locks. They look exactly like this. The gold ones. What else we got here? Gear bag. Jamie, what's in your freaking gear bag? This is my gear bag, guys. We have a Menards Wrap It here. Menards clip. It's called Cable Raptor. Like a raptor. So I have these clips here. And this is my snake that goes between my pedal board and my rack. So we have pliers. And sorry, I almost said intonation tool. Pliers, we have an Allen key for truss rods. And this is also where I keep my string winder at. And this side, we have guitar picks. I just keep them in a Ziploc bag. I have a second truss rod tool. I have a cable cutter in case I have to do a field fix. Fresh and Easy, which is the string lube, lizard spit. And then this, it's funny, it's the Cusack, like Cusack pedals, but instead of a tap-a-whirl or tap-a-delay, it's the turn-a-screw. And I've used this in a few videos. Still have it. Great screwdriver. You have 4 options there. And it's just good to have some basic tools with you. I mean, I'm the only tool you really need, so there's that. But yeah, it's in the vertical pockets. This top one has some batteries and spare cables. That's all I got there. Yep. This first pocket, I don't really go in here much. I have pre-made patch cables in case something goes out. I have a backup power supply in case somebody needs it. I have, this is important, and there's a lot of reasons why. So when you have a power company come out and drop a line for you so you guys can plug in and play your show, this is very good to have. Like, I test everything before, if it's supplied by a rental company, like a power company, I always test the stuff before I actually plug my own equipment into it, and it's saved my ass a lot. So this is just like it's called Sperry. It's it just tells you what's going on with your power situation. It tells you if you have a fault, an open ground, open neutral, open hot. Yeah, I would totally recommend it. These light up, tell you everything's good or everything's bad. Backup patch cables for my pedal power supply. So I have a Strymon Zuma. This will also work with the Pedal Power 2 Plus. Just a backup in case one of them gets pinched or crimped or something like that. This is my stupid little clear box. Nothing too high tech here, folks. Spare guitar parts, and I only wrote that on there so I can fly with it and they wouldn't question it too much. Like, what is this, bullets? So we have spare Allen screws. We have spare string lock blocks in case you lose one or the other guitar player loses one. We have spare, these are your insert blocks for your saddles, these saddles, which I also have spare saddles because sometimes these can strip out. So these are all FRT 1000 or higher. A few springs, because why not? More string insert blocks. I have a noiseless spring in there. Backup long Allen screws that go into the back of the saddle like so. That pinch those insert blocks down. So in case that strips, you have backups there. I have 6. I carry a few different sizes of nuts because if these strip out, then you're done. So I carry a few of those because, you know, R2, R3, then you have different heights and stuff. Like this one, I know for sure will fit my striker. So just have that with you. It's small, it's compact, and you have pretty much everything you need in case you have a fault on your guitar. Backup tremolo arm in case it snaps. I don't really foresee that. I have 3 packs of strings with me. And then I think that's pretty much 4 packs. Pretty sure that's it. Oh, I can actually zip this up. Zip. Zip. I usually have the Abtech Hum X in here. I think it's somewhere in this bag. Might be in another bag somewhere. But I will keep one of those with me in this bag, but stuff has been getting shuffled around. So I need to find everything again. Allen set goes in the side pocket with my guitar picks because I take it out every single show. Okay, in here. Oh, guitar picks. Come to me. You can go in here. In case I need to grab one. On the side, we have Line 6 and Digitech Drop power supplies, just in case anything gets finicky. Those are very particular. So one's for the Line 6 G50 wireless, and then the other one's for the Digitech Drop pedal. Powering it on Zuma, it's been stable. That's Strymon Zuma. It's been really stable, guys. It's been incredible, so I think we're safe. Extra IEC, just in case. You never know. You gotta have your guitar strap. Coil it up just like that. Toss it in. Backup guitar strap with its own receiver. And I stop at the gas station and I'll pick up batteries before every show so they're fresh. So you're probably wondering where the batteries are. That is what I do. Alright. And on to the last pocket. Any questions yet, guys? I'll have a swig of beer. I change mine before every show on my guitar. Oh, let's see. Oh, wow. Yeah, Jared says, Tone War says, I change mine before every show on my main guitar. Yeah, because, yeah, it feels good. Shane, yeah, I do have a certain day. It's the day before the show. I will make time the day before the show, or even in some cases, if I have to do a build, which is like building equipment or components or something along those lines, or if I have to fix something, it can take 2 days before a show. And then you need to factor in how far are we going, for how long. You have to remember I'm an hour and a half away from my band, so I need to like pack extra. Like if I'm there an extra day, I need to make sure I have extra underwear and socks. It's so dumb, remember my sunglasses, remember my lanyard, remember chargers for everything. There's just a lot of stuff. There's a mental checklist I have to take care of. Let's see what else we got. We have 4 people in the chat. And we're on to our last pouch. All right. So in case I have to go direct, wireless fails, I have a cheapo live wire 1/4 inch. It's 25 feet. I have a backup speaker cable that I made. It's cool. And then I have I actually just serviced this to make sure it was good. The main speaker cable I've been using for the past year. And then you have your talk box hose. So I sterilize this probably every month or 2. Make sure it's all good, because it falls on the stage and stuff like that during teardown. So make sure I'm not getting sick. But yeah, at its core, that's pretty much it. Then you guys have seen my snake before. There's really nothing crazy about it. So do one of those. The bag is also my helper, because it will keep this heavy snake attached. Try to make sure all the cables are not falling down. And then I can take this strap here Bada bing, bada boom. Bob's your uncle. And I'll usually just toss spare rags on the sides and such. So I have them. All right, on to the B rig. What do we got? Gotta do some organizing here. I had this kind of ripped apart. So, as you probably guessed, Line 6 Helix floor in here. This is the official Line 6 bag provided by the folks at Line 6. You gave Jared and I a bag a while back for throwing a clinic, so thank you for that. On it. And of course, label your stuff, folks, so you know it's yours. Nobody walks off with it. There's that. And then since this is currently set up for MIDI, what I'm going to do is bring along a MIDI cable. This is a Planet Waves 30-foot MIDI cable. And I got this a while ago. I got it when I bought my Voodoo Lab GCX system. The Ground Control Pro and GCX used from Guitar Center. And came with this. So let's do one of those. Wind it up. Throw that on there. And just right in the side here. And that's everything I need for my pedal board, for my V-Rig. It's the cables that go back and forth to my amp. I have my speaker cable and cab already there. On the top, I don't think I have anything more straps. Oh, my favorite snack. Everybody, if you can, collect this stuff and put it in your coffee in the morning. It's silica gel. Put it in your coffee and you'll thank me. And then Hughes and Kettner. Of course, I'm using the Hughes and Kettner now as currently a backup. It will eventually be my main rig. Look how freaking cute this thing is. It's so cute. And then it's like a little tote for your puppy. But it's not your puppy, it's your Hughes and Kettner. I just smelled it. What of it? Slides in like so. Put the strap back on that girl. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to take that IC, though. Take that IC, though. And if I wanted to, I could take these two bags and play a full gig, no cab. Isn't that insane? I could really do that. Just for funsies, I will put this on here. So I have a spare. Pick this up. Yeah, that cab doesn't need a load. Well, the amp doesn't need a load. So, pretty much all good. Did you guys learn anything? Did you... I mean, that's pretty light in comparison to what I usually have to do. You're not seeing the whole pack a suitcase, make sure you have all your toiletries and your stuff for the makeup I do, and like there's just a lot more that goes into it. But at its core, I mean, we've been on this for what? 30 minutes, 40 minutes? Terry Williams, hello. Hey man, how's it going? Um, yeah, I mean, at its core, you at least see what I bring to every show. Got your screwdriver, got some pliers. What I didn't show you, I have a pouch in there with zip ties, but spare guitar parts. For a lot of you guys, you probably wouldn't need that. I would, if you play non-Floyd guitars that just have like a Stratocaster style nut, um, or like my buddy Darren here, he was just watching. He has the EVH Shark guitar, which has a brass nut. Well, it was going out of tune on him. It was going out of tune on him, and I was like, dude, slick nuts, lizard spit slick nuts. It's graphite, and just gunk it up in your nut, and it will alleviate a lot of string hang up issues, and helped him out, and now his guitar stays in tune, perfect for him. So, yep, if you have a guitar like that, I'd keep that in your bag. Some rags, batteries. Usually I'm fully stocked up on those 9 volts. Somebody always asks for a 9-volt battery. Even if none of your stuff uses it, or hey, if your power supply for your pedal goes out, then you have a 9-volt battery to power your pedal and you'll get through. But rule of thumb for me, at least, a backup, like have like 3 backups, like a backup for a backup for a backup, because say your main rig goes down, something acts up, you don't know what's going on. Your group isn't stopping for you. You need to sort it out on your own time. I thought I had an issue with my expression pedal a few weeks ago, and it was actually I missed my snapshot on my Helix, and I actually banked to a different preset. And it was a preset where it's tonally it sounded the same, but my expression pedal was set to a different expression input on my Helix control. So I was like, why isn't my volume pedal working and stuff? And I was ripping my board apart like everybody's playing, and I'm like, I have a solo coming up. And yeah, I was just on preset number 29. I'm supposed to be on preset 30. So just, stupid stuff like that. But if something were to have happened, have a backup for it. Before the Black Spirit 200, I was taking this as my backup. This is my fly rig. Fly rig. The only thing it doesn't have on it right now is my G70, but I kind of just like ghetto strapped a G50 underneath, and it's working. My G70 receiver is broken. I have 2 of them, and one of them is broken, and yeah, so I have like 3 G50s and just 1 G70. I need to find just a G70 receiver, and I can just put it here and leave it here forever. But yeah, this is pretty much my board for fly dates. You have the Morley Mini Dragon 2. This is the George Lynch signature. You have the HX Stomp, which is outfitted with a screen protector skin and these toppers, which are every bit as good as the barefoot buttons I showed off on a video before. If not better, because for the Helix, they're touch capacitive. So you just put your finger in the middle, and then you can make your changes to your parameters and stuff. It opens menus. If you don't have Helix, you might not know what I'm talking about, but touching the actual switch itself brings up menus. So when you put these big toppers on, you can't really touch the switch anymore. So he put this metal contact post in the middle, so you can just, and it sends that message to the pedal, and it still does the thing. So there you go. Then you have this is a Pussy Melter clone. I named it the CUNT Destroyer, and that says TWAT on the bottom side. It's pretty cool. I don't know if you can see that. Probably not. And then the Mission. This is the EP1 L6, or no, just the EP1. I bought a red one today from a guy on Facebook, and it looks pretty slick. So I'm probably gonna have this as my backup because I don't care if it gets scratched up or whatever. And then Precision Drive. This is actually the Tokyo Drive, which is limited. This is the Polytune 2 Noir, the Mini. Polytune Mini 2 Noir. And underneath, It's the G70, just kind of ghetto strapped there for now because I had to go to a practice and I wasn't going to take my G70 off my main rig. But yeah, this is the granddaddy of them all, so the Strymon Zuma. And that is powering the Stomp. Because screw that power supply. But yeah. In a nutshell, that's pretty much it. When I go for another fly date or whatever, I'll put the G70 on here and take this stupid ghetto stuff off. But yeah, other than that, it's like super awesome. When you put this in your bag for like the TSA to check out, it's like they always ask to see your wah. I noticed like everything's good, just like they stop me for wahs all the time. So I put this on the side, my name, and then guitar effects. I don't know if you can see that. Guitar effects. So that like they're not questioning it too much because this goes in my backpack, right? And it looks like a freaking bomb. Like, that's what it looks like. And I'm taking on, they're like, yeah, you're trying to take that on a plane? Yeah. Yeah, I am. So yeah, I just gotta be kind of careful with that kind of stuff. Other than that, what else can I show you? Record collection? These are all the records I have bought recently. I'm not going to show you all of them, but I'm going to show you some highlights. So we have Rick Springfield. You need that. Everybody needs that in their life. This is kind of a Toto compilation. It's called Past to Present, 1977 through 1990. Good album. So if you have the chance to pick this up, I totally recommend it. Near mint copy. Okay. Huge Debbie Gibson fan just for this one song, Electric Youth, because freaking, I don't know, I love Debbie. Meg is a big fan of Belinda Carlisle. We were just in the record shop in Frankenmuth, Michigan the other day, and I saw this Belinda Carlisle record, and I was like, oh, it says Heaven on Earth on it. It's Side A is I Feel Free, the extended version, which is like 10 minutes long, and side B is I Feel Free, but it's the dub version. So this is like just a scratch track. I paid $8 for it. I thought I was doing something really cool. Like, Meg, I got you freaking your favorite album and song. No, I basically just wasted $8, but whatever. Gotta have your John Waite. Believe it's her birthday today. Patty. Correct me if I'm wrong. Got Lita Ford. This one has Dress to Kill on it. Pretty good. Kansas. This one has Carry On Wayward Son. That's all I need to know. What else we got? Pat Benatar. Hell is for Children. That's a good one. Treat Me Right. Another good one. Hit Me With Your Best Shots on it too. So yeah, three bangers on this album for me. What else we got? Chicago. Hot Streets. Big fan of Chicago. More Chicago 16, 17, and 18 more than anything. I like hearing Peter Cetera's voice when they started really double tracking it and doing that kind of stuff. And the guitar work, big fan of. There's a song on this album called Fool's Game. This is Michael Bolton. It's his kind of... Well, I met you. Oh, you must have had me so confused. Yeah, Fool's Game. Amazing song. It's one of my favorite songs. Here's another one of my favorite albums. It's Toto Fahrenheit. And then Till the End. That's probably my favorite song off this one. Definitely my favorite song. And Steve Lukather, I'm just can't get enough of Steve Lukather. This is a fun one. And it's actually a really good album if you listen to it. But this guy did a lot of work. He wrote songs for Whitney Houston and all sorts of... Like, one of the songs was supposed to be sang by Tiffany. It's Boy Meets Girl, Waiting for a Star to Fall. The album's called Real Life, but Waiting for a Star to Fall is probably my favorite one off this album anyways. And then this is the only album that I bought new. It's Dokken, Tooth and Nail. And this one has When Heaven Comes Down, Tooth and Nail, Just Got Lucky, Alone Again. Yeah, it's just a really good album. So definitely that one. This is a must for any Billy Idol fan. Rebel Yell, Blue Highways on this one. Flesh for Fantasy. Yeah, so that is huge. Steve Stevens did some amazing work on that one. Toto Hydra. This one does have Hydra on it. I'm trying to think of what other songs I like off this one. Apparently this was Robbie's album because you can see where somebody kind of wrote in pen, but it's not actually pen, it's just the indentations. They might have had paper on top of it. So Toto, here's the good stuff here. So we have Van Halen. This one is Fair Warning. Yeah, Fair Warning. Mean Street, Unchained, Dirty Movies, out the One Foot Out the Door, Sunday Afternoon in the Park, Hear About It Later, Sinner Swing, Push Comes to Shove, So This Is Love. Yeah, Fair Warning, not one of my favorite Van Halen albums, but has some good songs on it. And then we have Women and Children First. This one has Tora Tora and the Cradle Will Rock, Romeo Delight, Fools in a Simple Rhyme, Could This Be Magic, Loss of Control, Take Your Whiskey Home, and Everybody Wants Some. And this is that shark guitar that I was telling you about. That's the one Darren just bought. And it's a non-locking nut. So put some lizard spit on that and we'll stay in tune. Ready for this? I Get Weak, baby. Debbie Gibson, Out of the Blue. This was my first record that I got. I bought it the same day. Meg and I went to a flea market in Bay City, and I got this gorgeous, it's actually modified by Reco Cut in Illinois, whatever. The sticker's on the side. Says Esoteric Sound, Wheaton, Illinois. And it's actually a Technics turntable. There's a lot of clones and very similar stuff, but yeah, this one is a Technics. It says Reco Cut on the front, but from the Q switch to everything else is pretty much the same thing. This was modified though by Reco Cut to play 78s. So but natively it's 33s and 45s, and then they installed a potentiometer, an on-off switch, and a ground lift because these require grounds. So this one has a variable speed potentiometer on it. And it has 5 different settings: 45, 71.29, 76.59, 78.26, and 80. And depending on where you throw that switch, which has a little sticker for 78, you can really control the speed of your record and dial it in. There's no the dot matrix on the side of the platter to tell. There's like a strobe, and you can kind of see how lined up how your speed is or something like that. I don't know, but this lets me dial it in pretty close to where it needs to be. You can hear, I know I can hear. I can tune a guitar without even plugging it in, but yeah, that dial is really helpful for that. And then it also has the cartridge and the needle. It's the Stanton L720 with the D71EE stylus, and it sounds amazing. It's a great cart and stylus, and that tone arm is really good for a record player that I got for $40. That's worth way more than that. At least $180, $200. Yeah. Thanks, guy for selling that to me. But yeah, David Lee Roth, Eat 'em and Smile. Got this the same day I got that. It's actually like less than 50 feet away. Dust. That was a spider. But my first record that I got was from Production Manager. He makes a lot of our stuff for my band, and he's just handy as hell. And that reminds me, I need this. he makes a lot of our merchandise and lanyards and stuff. So this is my stage pass. So nice and sturdy, like composite or something. But this is so people take us seriously. He makes this kind of stuff, but he has a bunch of records, and Meg plays records, and she kind of got me into it. And then she was like, "You got to get a record player. It's just, you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it." And I was like, "Yeah, I've always thought about it." And then Red just has this insane collection, and he's super huge into hi-fi and like the Denon. What's that, Denon? Like the stereo stuff from back in the day, like 80s, 90s. And he even has like some old AM radios that are powered, like they're tubed, like they're KT88s inside of this radio. And it's stuff that I geek out over for guitar amp reasons, but I could really appreciate the circuitry inside of there. And like the plug has no ground and it's like ripped up and stuff, but like it's really cool. You can really appreciate it. But he was like, you can kind of take whatever's in that box down there. And I found this one. And I saw the front, and it said, includes Styx, Toto. I saw the Police, Kenny Loggins, and Christopher Cross, and that's all I needed to know. So it has Don't Let It End by Styx, Rosanna by Toto. It has Try Again by Champagne, Some Kind of Friend, Barry Manilow, Come On Eileen by, what was that, Dexys Midnight Runners. Every Breath You Take by the Police. Side 2 is Solitaire by Laura Branigan. All This Love by DeBarge. The Other Guy, Little River Band. Heart to Heart, Kenny Loggins. Heartbreaker, it's Dionne Warwick. All Time High, Rita Coolidge. And All Right, Christopher Cross. The Toto got me alone. So that's why I picked this one out. And he also gave me this disc washer. He showed me how to use it at his house. And it's by Record Care System, and it's a D4 system. D4 is a solution for your records. So don't make the mistake of putting your record on the platter and then playing it and just holding this over your record. You want to make sure it's on a clean, flat surface that ideally anti-static. But yeah, you just in the side here you have your D4 solution. This is for your stylus. So you can clean off your stylus and stuff. But yeah, just put a line on this guy and then run it across your record. Dry it off with just like a microfiber cloth. Pops with records that were taken care of. So it's been pretty good so far. What else do I want to talk about? I don't think really anything. Just want to show you a little bit. And so I don't have a big stereo system to play with my record players, so it does have the RCA out and the ground. So you need a stereo receiver, and then you need a BBE phono preamp, and it's just powered with, it comes with a power supply, 9 volts or whatever, and then you can plug it in line level to a powered wedge, which is right back there behind that lamp. And you plug your ground into it and everything, and you can send it out left and right stereo, and basically make it really loud. Without that phono preamp, your record player will be really quiet and won't be full range. So $50, get that if you don't want to buy a stereo receiver. And then speakers, like that is my amp and speakers, so it just sounds really good. I'm gonna look at my phone one more time, and then I'm gonna cut this off. I need to relax a little bit. What do we have? Oh, we have some questions here. Tooth and Nail, one of my favorites. Yeah, same, man. Same. Love Dirty Movies from Fair Warning. Yeah, I need to play that record because there's some songs on there I'll be honest, I've never listened to in my life. So I need to check that out. Shane asks, David Lee or Sammy Hagar? Today? I'll say back in the day, it was two different bands, man. David Lee Roth brought an element that Sammy Hagar could never bring to Van Halen, and it was great. Like, that band alone, like, that's like one of my top 5 favorite bands, definitely. Sammy Hagar, if I were to compare, it's like throwing another, like let's say Van Halen with David Lee Roth is my number five. I'd have to say my like Van Halen, Sammy Hagar is my number four or something because I do like the emotion and the heartfelt stuff. The synth is and the solos, Summer Nights, uh, Balance, uh, FUCK, all that stuff is like really heartfelt, throbby to me. And Sammy's voice on that stuff and just the emotion and of that era, it pushes it over the edge for me. I think I liked Eddie's tone a little bit better as far as I mean, can't compare to like the stuff the magic that happened with the first few albums and Jump. Dude, Jump was amazing, but um there's just a different element of magic there. Like Van Halen 1 through, you know, uh 1984 had its own magical thing going on. And then everything after that until Van Halen 3, which I hate Van Halen 3. I mean, shoot me, but um and then the Gary Sharon stuff. Glad that didn't pan out because yeah, it's pretty much 1984 and Balance era kind of stuff for me. It's you watch the live footage back from those concerts and it's like, you know, Sammy's running around with this flag and it's just like Michael Anthony's running up on these like platforms and risers and up ramps and jumping off stuff and he has his Jack Daniels bass and he has this totally totally keyed in like just this it sounds like a tractor beam coming down from space or something. It sounds alien. He is in front of his bass caps and he's just and it's like it sounds like a synth. So just seeing that, you know, a lot of it's like fluff. As a guitar player, you know, a lot of that stuff is fluff. You can get like a ring modulator, like a regen effect to, and you just hit the strings and it sounds like the intro to 1984. If you listen to that synth part, I can set something up on my Helix that will sound just like it. And it just sounds like huge. Like, do you remember the THX intro? Like, you go to the movies and you see this THX and it's like it sounds huge and you can make your guitar sound just like that. So I'm not sure what they were using back in the day. Probably like a mix of chorus and flange and phaser and stuff, and then synth on top of it. But there's ways to do that now. I thought that was cool though. I mean, just listening to the crowd and everything, it would draw emotion in me just from watching it on YouTube. So I can't even imagine being there. But yeah, looking at my guitars, looking at gear. Oh, Byron Job made this for me. It's a little scrap block of wood. He's like, just put it on your desk. I was like, yeah, that's cool. I got Steve Lane, the other guitar player in my band, went on tour with Yngwie for a few weeks. He's this guitar tech on the side. And he brought me back this autograph from Yngwie. And then Steve also gave me a ton of picks. Yngwie's picks. So that's kind of cool. Have to frame that or something. I don't know. As for now, it's going to just get slid right here underneath my cap. But thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate all the questions and everything like that. Let me check one more time. You like the old Van Halen, like you said, too. Yeah, it's too. Yeah, there's no argument, man. I can listen to either and be happy. The only time I'm going to be upset listening to Van Halen if it's like listening to him during a recent tour, because Dave's voice is gone. Sammy has to sing lower, but he's still pretty strong on vocals. Dave is also more active on stage, but then again, I don't know what the hell he was doing when he went and like I get it. He went and performed with that electronic group, and it was Jump, but like he should have just stayed off the microphone and just like been there for the appearance because like he was just in the back, Jump, and it's like, God dang, dude, like be quiet, like nobody knew who he was really. So I don't know. I thought it was cool for, you know, to maybe it'll influence people to like the younger audience to go and see Van Halen someday or buy some of the music, some shirts or something. I don't know, but I think it was good. You know, it didn't do any harm, but for like somebody like me, it's like, ugh. It's like I saw that not Van Halen, Bon Jovi. There was a clip I posted on my Facebook page the other day, and it was actually just yesterday. And John Bon Jovi was just tapped. Like it was bad medicine. I don't know if he was high or like something or sick, but like he didn't look too great. He sounded terrible, and he did this. Um, this is gonna be on YouTube forever, but he did this little pony move, and it's like, John, Johnny boy, what are you doing, bro? Um, so yeah, that's pretty much that. I still love Bon Jovi. But thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate you guys watching and all that stuff. Terry Williams, yeah, I know you love everything Van Halen. We have to catch up soon, man. We have to catch up soon. And that we will. I'm going to finish up doing what I got to do here, and I'm going to relax. I'm going to finish this beer. It's really warm, probably by now, but some phone calls to make, and I got a pack for tomorrow. So thanks for watching. If you have any questions after this stream, I'm going to leave this stream up, and you can always leave a comment, and I'll answer it, of course. And drop a like on this video if you found something informative at the beginning of the stream, or if you liked my record collection. Tell me what to get next. For real. Tell me what I should look into. Maybe some kicks, some synthwave. Should I get more Van Halen? Where should I look for vinyl records? Tell me where to shop. Because right now I'm on eBay and there's 2 local stores, but they're kind of pricey and not a lot of selection. So if you're in Michigan and you have a good record shop that you kind of want to keep under wraps, send me a private message. I'm going to go there and buy all those records that you probably want to pick up. And I'll drive there. I will. I'll make a video about it. My haul. That's something we can do every week, is I'll show you which records I buy, because I'm buying them once or twice a week. And then next time we can go over the records that my dad gave to me or loaned to me or whatever he's doing. There's some good stuff in there, but I wanted to show you the stuff I've bought first, of course. So thanks for watching, guys. I will see you on the flip flop. Cheers.